What's the most bizarre or interesting fact you know that sounds fake, but is actually true?
The star Betelgeuse formed well after the dinosaurs went extinct.
The color orange is named after the fruit.
Some blind people can see. The eyes work, but the brain can't interpret the info.
1 day on Venus is longer than 1 year on Venus.
Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids were built at roughly the same time, and the pyramids look like shit compared to what they used to look like. Originally, it was all smooth sides and white limestone. We only have the blocky core left now.
Armadillos always have identical quadrupeds.
There are, unfortunately, no recorded cases of pirates forcing people to walk the plank.
The highest peak of Mount Everest was first measured at exactly 29,000 feet, but was instead reported as 29,000 feet to avoid the impression of an estimate.
John Tyler, the 10th President of the United States, was born in 1790. He has a living grandson. 3 generations cover almost the entirety of U.S. history. The city of Paris took the rats to court in the Middle Ages for causing the plague. And thanks to a brilliant public defense attorney, the rats won the case.
Narcolepsy is often mistaken for insomnia or depression.
Ponderosa pine bark smells like ice cream, mostly vanilla, sometimes strawberry, and seldom chocolate. We used to go round the woods back home, smelling trees and yelling what flavors we found.
You are 10 times more likely to get bit by a New Yorker than a shark.
When the Great Pyramids of Egypt were being built, there were still woolly mammoths walking around.
Your skin doesn't have a specific sense organ to let you know if it's wet or not.
When the Aztec Empire was founded, Oxford University in England was already 300 years old.
On March 3, 1983, former NFL quarterback Terry Bradshaw checked into a hospital and used an alias to disguise himself. The fake name he used was Tom Brady.
There was a time in 18th century England that playing the bagpipes was punishable by death.
I once had a housemate who was born in the 1700s, and I am not quite 50 years old yet. It's true. When I was a baby, my great-grandfather briefly lived with us. I'm my family's genealogist. I learned from a census record in England that my great-grandfather had lived in the same house as his great-grandfather, who was born in 1797.
Not a single of Pakistan's 29 prime ministers has fulfilled their term.
Steve Irwin and Charles Darwin both owned the same tortoise. Her name was Harriet and lived to be 175 years old.
The pistol shrimp clicks its claw together so hard it makes a cavitation bubble that is briefly hotter than the surface of the sun when it pops. The mantis shrimp smashes prey by striking them with their raptorial claws with an acceleration of over 10,000 grams and a speed of 80 kph.